Hello and welcome to All Things Lamsutu. This is part 2 of the asymmetric dress, and right now I'll be showing you how to cut the sleeves. So to cut the sleeves, what you will need are the following measurements. You will need the bicep measurement, the elbow round measurement, the cuff measurement, as well as the sleeve length. So all of these measurements are going to be divided by 2, except the sleeve measurement. Of course, you're not going to divide that one by 2. So what you will do is that you will measure the sleeve uh, measurement, which in this case is 23 inches. So you have to insert the starting point. So I normally insert the starting point just below where the fabric starts. I normally leave an allowance, then I have my starting point. And from that starting point, I will measure the full sleeve length, which is 23 inches as per the client's measurements. So we have 23 inches right there. So we'll insert all our horizontal lines, and then this is the shoulder line. This is the shoulder line, and then from there we will insert the armhole depth as per what we inserted on the dress. Remember that on the dress we inserted 8 inches armhole depth, so we'll place 8 inches over there. And then what I normally do is that what remains from that, which is the distance from here to here, I divide that one by 2. And then from that point, I go up by 1 inch. And at this point, this is where I will place my elbow round measurement. So now we have these 3. This is the bicep measurement, and this is the elbow round, and then ultimately we have the sleeve length, the full sleeve length. So what we do is that we have to have a curve between the bicep line and the shoulder line. So we will divide this by 2, and then 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 inches, and then we'll join that mark to the apex of the sleeve, which is this point that is at the top of the shoulder. So this is then going to be divided into 3 equal segments. So this is 7 inches. We divide that by 2, that is 3.5, and then divide the 3.5 by 2. Oh, sorry, I said we'll divide it into 3 segments. I wanted to say we divide it into 4 segments. This is segment 1, 2, and 3. So what you do is that you go up by 1 inch on the first line here. You go up by 1 inch. On the second line, you move a little bit lower now. So I'll do 0.75, and then over here I will do 0.5. So you create a curve wherein you will join these points. And then now on the bicep measurement, this is the part where you will insert the bicep measurement, which in this case is 5.5. And then on the elbow round measurement, this is where I'll insert 4.5, and then on the full sleeve length, that is where I'll insert the cuff measurement, which is 3 in this case. And over here, ideally I add an extra 0.5, and the 0.5 is for hemming allowance. So I join all of these points. If you want, you can use a ruler, but you know me, Mus. Nyangati, nyangati. I'm a freehand drafter. Everything I use my free hand. I've been doing this for a while, so I just use my free hand, and voila, this is our sleeve. And then I go on, I chop everything. Alright, so after cutting the first sleeve, I will retrace another copy of the sleeve by simply placing this fabric on the remainder of the fabric and cut. Okay, so I have made the second copy. This is the second copy. It is exactly like the first copy, so I'll just mark that is the inside, and I'll place this one aside. And then now I have to manipulate the other sleeve, which goes onto the other side of the dress where I chopped off part of the shoulder. So what I do with that one, remember we went down by 5 inches, so I'll do the same thing. I'll measure the 5 inches over, starting from the tip of the sleeve, and this is 5 inches. And then what I will do on this end is that I will take this part of the dress where I cut part of the where I cut off the shoulder, and I will use that to measure, starting from this part to that part. I hope you can see. You just take the dress and you align, because when you're sewing, this part and this part are supposed to be equal. So I'll take this, place it over here, and then mark this part over here, and then this will then determine this curve over here. So you measure the 5 inches which you removed from the front of the dress, and then you take the armhole, the remainder of the armhole on the dress, and then you measure this part, ensuring that the two parts are equal, and thereafter you can chop off the top of the sleeve. And recall, for the top part I left a bit of a sewing allowance, so I have to do the same thing even for here. I have to cut slightly above, so that when I'm hemming I have an allowance right there. Voila. So easy peasy. We have two sleeves with this one that falls on the asymmetric end, and then this is the normal sleeve. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you have sections that are confusing, you can drop your questions in the comment section below. I really appreciate you watching my video to the end, and God bless you.